it is suitable for general family viewing.
Hello guys, my name is Lewis Kiprop, also known as Travis. I am a dog groomer by profession, and I work for KSPCA and also offer grooming services for clients in Nairobi. My passion in terms of pet grooming started off after I adopted a dog. So it started off with my dog. Initially just by grooming my dog. Over time, it started growing, honestly. I started off by volunteering at KSPCA. I'm sure many have heard of it. And that's where I started. So I started off as a volunteer. I started grooming dogs for them. And then I got an opportunity to work with a grooming company where I did, I think it was a year. That's where I also learned most of the skills I have. And and ever since then it's been now, I think it's been 2.5 years now, working as a pet groomer.
Pet grooming, while still a novel concept in the country, is gaining traction all over. As the middle class continues to expand, households are taking on pets as companions, in comparison to the roles pets played in families in the past, such as keeping the house safe and at times as a form of pest control. Due to this, individuals seek services such as pet grooming as a means of promoting the health of pets as companions and to maintain a distinguished lifestyle. People now budget for pet products and services in their monthly expenditure, adding it to their cost alongside their own personal grooming and care. So what are the most popular pet care services in Kenya? According to statistics, veterinarian and medical services rank the highest at 58.9% and is the most utilized service among all available pet services in the country. Pet training, which assures pet owners of the safety and mannerism of the pet, comes second at 24.6%, and grooming comes at third place at 13.7%. However, grooming services are also growing significantly and has quickly become a popular choice among pet owners in the country. This is, however, considered a luxury expenditure to many. Still, especially in rural areas where many consider animals only for the benefits they bring, but how are entrepreneurs in this sector faring on? Unless grooming services come as a package deal with veterinary services, a majority of pet owners would usually ignore it, only focusing on the most important needs of the pet, such as their shelter, food, and health. This is, however, a niche sector that many have not ventured into, and if one taps into this market, a stream of customers are surely going to flock them.
After a while, I think it was after 2 months volunteering here at KSPCA, one person approached me and asked me if I could groom their dogs, and more specifically, they asked me to go to their house to do the grooming. So from there, the idea of making it into a business instead of just a hobby, that's where it came up. And since then, started off slowly, and slowly it started growing, honestly. Majorly attributed to KSPCA also, because I get to meet people here, because people come to adopt dogs. I do the grooming for them before the dogs go home. And from then on, slowly by slowly, they just call you maybe, and Yeah, so it's been a journey. KSPCA is an organization, an NGO here in Nairobi, Kenya. Okay, not only Nairobi, because there are also branches. There's a branch in Mombasa and Nanyuki. They do rescue for animals. By animals, that includes dogs, cats, donkeys, horses, among other domestic animals. Majorly domestic animals, yes. So major cases where they deal with is rescue for injured animals, abandoned animals, neglected animals, also abused animals. So yeah, they rescue them, take them to the shelter, care for them in terms of vet services, which they may need vaccinations and all that. Also grooming, that's where I come in, and also help in relocating them in terms of looking for homes for them. Yes. For this industry, I wouldn't say there is an organization formed to regulate pet groomers, because the pet industry has been growing over the last 3 years. So that's something which in the future I know there will be one. But currently there are no grooming schools here in Kenya. So the avenues you can use to learn how to groom dogs or to grow your skills in terms of grooming is through majorly apprenticeship, where that's where you come and work under a professional groomer, learn from them over time, and then from then on you can either join them or you can decide to pursue other opportunities. Some of the skills that would really help you in this industry is, one of them is patience. I think that's a great one, because in this industry you'll deal with many dogs, different dogs. Some of them won't be as easy to handle as others. So it would really require you to have patience. That's number one. Number two, you have to be a dog lover. You have to love pets generally, because you will be dealing with pets. You need to know how to handle pets, dogs, cats, among others. Those are two. The third one would be persistence and consistency. By that I mean you need to practice, because practice doesn't make perfect, but it makes progress. Yes, and progress over time leads to perfection. So practice is one of them. Those are the three major ones that come to my head currently. Yeah. First one would be aggressive animals and aggressive pets, but that's common in the industry. You need to know how to handle them as well. Over time and with experience, you'll know how to handle different dogs, also cats, among other pets. That's the first one. The second one would be equipment. Majority of the equipment we use, we source them overseas. Yeah, majority of them are not available locally, and by that I mean good quality equipment. Some of the equipment I use, if I may mention them, include scissors, clippers, and blow dryers. Those are the major ones which we usually source externally. The other small equipment, such as brushes, rakes, deshading combs, all those can be sourced locally. Yes, but that is also one of the major challenges we have, because if the equipment is not available locally, also in terms of the costs, shipping costs, taxes, costs a bit. That's challenge number two. Number three, I would say, is the lack of a regulating body. Yes, that's also something that should be checked out and may hopefully sorted in the near future. Also schools, there are no schools here in Kenya that I know of who offer grooming as a course. Yes, because it's a growing industry, and it's not only Nairobi, also other counties. So if we could start a school, or maybe if there would be a school for other people to learn how to groom dogs, how to handle dogs, I think that would really help in terms of also equipping the youth with skills that could maybe even, not maybe, but which could sustain them in terms of their day-to-day activities and their livelihoods. Yes. In terms of Kenyans or people in Kenya embracing grooming, I can say it's been growing. Yes. By that, let me take you back. Since COVID 2020, most people were locked in their homes. We were restricted in terms of movement, and it was for about 7 months. I mean, staying at home for 7 months can really put you in a box. So many people decided to adopt pets and bring pets to their homes. And over time, it has been really growing in terms of people accepting pets into their homes. It's a new culture, I would say, because if I take you back to the millennials, I wouldn't say millennials, but in the times of our parents, most of them were not brought up in households where they would have pets living with them. Yes, but currently it's really growing, and as the industry grows, also other aspects of the industry grow, which includes the veterinary services, the pet foods, because pets need to eat. Those are industries which have already grown. The other one which is coming up is grooming, because if you have fluffy dogs and you can't do the grooming yourselves, that's where we come in. Some of the dogs you can do the grooming yourselves. Others you would need an expert, or maybe somebody who's more experienced in coming in to help you with making your dogs look, I would say, nice, better, and also feeling comfortable and nice and fresh. Yes.
Kila kiongozi ana hadithi yake ya kipekee.
Wazazi wangu walikuwa bit strict kwa sababu mamangu mwenyewe, mimi kutoka kuzaliwa sijailala nje.
The white small one, huyo ana sniff gunpowder na risasi na bomb. Alafu huyo mwingine ni ridgeback, ana sniff simba.
Even the employees knows that. So when in the boardroom is the chairman, the CEO, and the rest of.
What point are you a wife?
The minute you get to that inside that door, you become now the wife.
Na kila maamuzi wanayoyafanya hufichua mengi kuhusu utu wao na uongozi wao.
We see God blessing us, and we now realize the power of giving also has to be rewarded back.
Kupitia kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi, tunakuletea mahojiano ya kusisimua na uchambuzi wa kina kuhusu viongozi wetu.
Pick your core business as the bigger stones. Put them in your diary first. Give priority the bigger things.
Usikose kila Alhamis saa 1:30 jioni. In a world where challenges are as common.
Okay, for that I would say everybody's different in their own way. How I do my grooming might be different from others outside in some aspects. Majorly, if you look at how I groom my dogs, from my Instagram page and also TikTok, I try as much as possible to style. by styling, we mean making the dog look nice. It's not just about grooming, washing, just washing and maybe drying the dogs and just clipping the nails and leaving it at that. I would take it a step further to style them, make the dog look nice and appear nice, better, I would say. I think that has really changed since I started working here at KSPCA, because dogs would come in in really bad shape. But once you groom them, just make them look a bit better than how they came in, it would be easier for them to be adopted. That is something which we have seen, and yes, we continue to see it every day we practice our art. The other thing that I think would make me stand out is also I offer mobile grooming services. I do house calls. So a client would reach out, book an appointment, and just share your location, and we can come to you and do the grooming from where you are. Yes. Some of them include matted fur. By matted fur, we mean, in layman's language, just to put it into perspective, it would be the fur of a dog starting to form dreadlocks. Yes. So if you don't, especially if you have fluffy dogs, you need to brush them. Brushing is one of the things I think most pet owners don't know how to do it. It's either they don't know how to do it, or maybe they don't have the right tools. I think it's either of the two. I always try as much as possible to educate my clients on how to handle different coats and also the grooming needs for their dogs. Yes, so matted fur is one of them. Matted fur can also lead to skin infections. So that is something they really need to look at. The other thing is overgrown nails. Yes, usually once the nails of the dogs grow and you leave them unattended to, they usually grow and curve into the skin. So that is also something that needs to be checked. Maybe every month I would advise all pet owners just to check on their dogs' nails, clip them if they can do it themselves. If they can't, veterinary officers can offer the services whenever you go for vet appointments. Also, you can decide to call in your groomer to do the grooming generally, together with the nail trimming, of course. Those are the two major ones. The other health-related issues that we may encounter are skin infections, which I've already mentioned, and also ticks, fleas, and mites. Yes, if you leave your dogs unattended to, they may be subject or exposed to fleas and ticks, also mites. All these pests can cause harm to your dog in different ways. So one of the ways you can mitigate this, or maybe how you can handle it, is through using shampoos which are made specifically to kill these pests. Also, there are tablets which are also available in pet shops and also in veterinary clinics, which can be administered. Some of them include Bravecto and also Spoton. Those are just tablets which usually administered orally, just like deworming tablets, and they usually last for a period of time. Some of them last for a month, others go up to 3 months. So they usually protect your pets from all these pests, and that keeps them safe. Yes, in terms of technology which are being developed or which are coming into market, there are quite some, especially in some of the equipment we use, including the blow dryers. The blow dryers have been designed specifically for dogs. Also scissors, the grooming shears they use, they usually help a lot in terms of styling the dogs. Also clippers are machines, they're just like the BAMBA machine. Yes, so that's also one of them which we usually use. I think I would say basically all the tools we use, okay, majority of them we import. How I wish we could manufacture them locally, but then they really help. Yes, just as I think the basic saying would be, for you to do a good job, you'd need your tools. Yes, your tools, maybe your tools of work or tools of trade. So that's where ours come in. And if you'd like to do a good job, also the equipment counts. Yes, so because if you have good equipment, then and you know how to use them well, because also knowing how to use the equipment also counts. Yes, so knowing how to use the equipment and also having good equipment helps in achieving the outcome we desire in terms of grooming. Here in Kenya, I think just styling the dogs in terms of giving them haircuts, that's the major trend going on. Breed-specific cuts also, styling dogs according to their breeds, that is also something that is growing here in Kenya, and that is common here in Kenya. I think that is the major one here in Kenya currently. Some of the grooming trends going on outside Kenya, overseas majorly, I think the biggest one currently is styling pets in an artistic way. By that I would mean that would also include the application of dyes on the dog's fur. Of course, pet safe dyes. Also styling dogs in a fancy manner. For instance, I would say maybe some dogs can be groomed to look as lions. That is also something that is going on overseas majorly, which hopefully in the near future, in the coming years, as we continue practicing our art, we might maybe adopt one or two fashion trends that are going on in other countries. The major one would be reviews I usually get from my clients. Because once you've done your job and you've done a good job, you'll know if you've done a good job from your client. Yes, so the words we get, the kind words we get from our clients, also the referrals we get from our clients, I think that is one of the major things that motivates me. Also, making a difference. That is also one thing that keeps me going. Because, as I mentioned, I'll take you back to KSPCA. Dogs come in really bad shape. Some of them come in really bad shape. And once you've done the grooming, and you're done with your grooming, and somebody might pass by looking to adopt a dog, and the person spots the dog who just came from grooming, I mean, that has a major impact in terms of how I view the services I offer, because I'm making a difference by the art I'm doing. Yes, so I think those are the two major things that drive me, making a difference in terms of how the pet feels, how the pet looks, and also how the customer feels about the services offered to them. Some of the plans I have would be to grow a grooming salon. By that I would mean I would like to groom some people to know how to do the job also. Especially, I think it's a growing industry, and it's something that it's not common here in Kenya yet. There are a few people who do it well. If you can grow a community, and also putting into perspective that it's also a growing industry, there are so many pets and the bread is too big for all of us. I would love to reach a point where we can grow a community where we can offer services not only here in Nairobi, also in other counties, because I've also had clients who would source me from Nairobi, majorly Gilgil. I would go to Gilgil to do grooming. Now imagine, that's how big the breed is. One advice I would give to people who would love to join this industry is, number one, you need to know how to handle dogs. Just start with the basics. Learn how to handle dogs. Of course, if you want to go into this industry, you have to love animals and to know how to care for them. Yes. Also, take a step further and learn how to care for animals. By that I would mean how different dogs or different, let me say different pets, because I don't want to limit myself to dogs only. How to care for them in terms of if a dog is injured, and also how to handle them. Just take a step further to learn how to just offer basic, even if it's just first aid for dogs, because also accidents can happen in this industry. You can groom a dog, and by accident you can cut a dog or maybe injure them in one or any other way. So if you can learn how to do first aid on them, first aid for them, that would be one step forward. The other thing is you need to learn patience. Yes, because you will be dealing with live animals, and remember these animals are dear to people. People hold them dearly. Yes, because that I can say because I have a dog. I know how much I love my dog. Yes, so how I usually treat other people's pets is how I would love to treat my own dog. Yes, so I think those are a few things I would advise you to start on. Also, find somebody who, currently in Kenya there are no schools, so the easiest way for you would be find somebody who knows how to do grooming well. Learn from them, work with them for a while. Remember, grooming needs practice and time. Practice over time will get better, and just keep pushing, keep learning. Every day is how I usually view it is every day. Try as much as possible to learn something new every day. Yes, so just take every step bit by bit. You'll make progress, and over time you will reach your goals. Yes.
We value your feedback. If you would like to
Kila kiongozi ana hadithi yake ya kipekee.
Wazazi wangu walikuwa bit strict kwa sababu mamangu mwenyewe, mimi kutoka kuzaliwa sijailala nje.
The white small one, huyo ana sniff gunpowder na risasi na bomb. Alafu huyo mwingine ni ridgeback, ana sniff simba.
Even the employees knows that. So when in the boardroom is the chairman, the CEO, and the rest of.
What point are you a wife?
The minute you get to that inside that door, you become now the wife.
Na kila maamuzi wanayoyafanya hufichua mengi kuhusu utu wao na uongozi wao.
We see God blessing us, and we now realize the power of giving also has to be rewarded back.
Kupitia kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi, tunakuletea mahojiano ya kusisimua na uchambuzi wa kina kuhusu viongozi wetu.
Pick your core business as the bigger stones. Put them in your diary first. Give priority the bigger things.
Usikose kila Alhamis saa 1:30 jioni.
In a world where challenges are as common as opportunities, there are those who dare to defy the odds. They are the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship isn't just about starting a business, it's about embracing